can do shit half-assed.
Oh, I forgot that I put the cows up again. Double cow.
Moo.
Double cow. That's all
Believe
I like.
in the cow.
I believe in the cow, my friends. The cow is what you should be always believing in. That is the key to victory. The cow will live forever. So we get a lot of stuff happen today. As
Actually,
always,
first, how's everyone doing?
whoa. Stop with this politeness. It's Thursday. We chill.
Fuck this, fuck that, and fuck everything.
Ah, perfect.
Fuck, motherfucker, fuck.
So I know I'm doing fantastic today because I actually had a day off where I got to be home and veg, so it was kind of nice.
Yeah. A bovine intervention. I love everything about that. Dudes, speaking of that, who's all coming down to Toledo to play some play testing tomorrow before the Glass City Invitational Open Deathmatch 2000 on this
That'd
weekend?
be me.
So,
I mean, if I'd have to drive 8 hours, I'd probably be there.
quit bitching. Take it. Also,
I'm coming
I
for
have
the
to-
weekend.
you do know that, like,
I have to run an RTT in my local, so I won't be there.
yeah, we're playing come on, man. Come on down, Matt. We're going to do some afternoon mojo, and then I'm going to do a how to build list clinic on DoG later that night with the new Ark of the Covenant. You also could just fly, man. I just thought about that. Like, you could just get on a plane. You live by the airport.
I'm bringing a set of terrain and display board and a rolling cart. Going all in, trying to get that best overall of my crew.
Here's what I do. I get on the plane, and then I hope somebody has stuff for me to play with when I get there. Have you
Perfect.
ever tried that?
Actually, yes, I did at Adepticon. And I had to build my entire army right before the event.
Oh, I remember doing that. Yeah, I remember that.
Build
I
all
helped put a couple
Kramer's
pieces
town.
together. Yeah.
Like, nothing's on bases and no one has a gun. Here you go. What?
Yeah, it was like a little oh shit moment. Like we all grabbed our glue.
I enjoy just randomly going to places and hoping for the best. That's what you got to do. You just don't have to worry about your hobby score. You accept it that it's going to be shit, and then you move on with your life.
But
Hey, wait
all
a second. When
all
you
the prizes
played
are
my
based
army,
on
Brad,
me.
you had a good hobby score.
That's true. That is true.
That's true. It was so good you had to be excluded from hobby points.
Hobby schmobby. I love that I pushed the overall so much. Then you ask me about it. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about that. I just accepted the fact that I'm not winning overalls because I don't paint anything. I don't even put models together. I've glued my fingers together. I can't tell you how many times. Actually, here, I'll tell you one of the things that Sparks had, and he can go, fuck you, Greg Sparks. He gave me, was a metal model, and I broke it as usual, and I had to put a metal demon prince back together, and he gave me plastic glue, and of course it wouldn't stick. And so I just sat there, like basically trying to fuse it together like a diamond. And he's sitting at the top of the stairs, just cracking up. I can't even remember who else was there. And I finally they go, all right, it's been enough time of you yelling at stuff. We don't want you to break all the cabinets. So we're going to fix this for you.
Nice.
All of the goodness. You know what? Let's talk about
What's
stuff that
everybody
happened.
looking forward to with the Arcs of the Covenant and balanced data slate?
Much.
Brandon, what do you think's coming up with that? What are you looking forward to?
I'm ready for some diversity. Like, I was looking at, so I primarily play Space Marines, and I was looking at some of these entries that I've never considered before because they were just a hot dumpster fire, and now they're pretty reasonable. Like, I was looking at Outriders, I was looking at Terminators again. Like, these units just got the injection needed to make them for me to consider playing with them. Now, I'm very, very happy with the way my Dark Angels list is working out, and I'm probably going to buy some land speeders this weekend at Daryl's store so I can change up my list because I found 400 extra points for some reason.
Weak sauce. Again, man, You know what?
All right, Brad. So talk about the Space Wolf list that you
I'm
put together that you were so
so
excited about.
disappointed in Brandon. 400 extra points.
Only
Those
400.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump that shit up, yo.
My Space Wolf list shot through the roof.
Yes.
Like Grey Hunters, Wolfguard, Wolfen,
Yeah.
Longfangs, it's all
Dude,
good.
Longfangs
Drop
won.
pods.
Longfangs gained 100 points of free shit now because they go to 23. You put las cannons on all of them. You put a thunder hammer and a melta on the sergeant. You slap a Terminator with a cyclone missile launcher, thunder hammer, and storm shield on the Terminator that goes with them. $149 used to be $248, I think. And then you get Terminators, and you're like, hey, Space Wolf Terminators are better than regular Terminators. You know why? Because when Bobby G sent over the Astartes, Adeptus Astartes book, Lehman Rust wiped his butt with it and threw it in the garbage and started it on fire and went, we're going to still do the shit that we do. So you can take Combine Meltas on all those dudes, a Thunder Hammer, and one guy gets a Cyclone. Those guys don't fuck around.
For 5, you get 2 cyclones.
They can't, I don't think they can do a Cyclone every guy.
No, it's 2 for 10.
2 for 10.
You're telling me you're not going to run 30 Terminators with
No,
Tommy Meltas?
you know
and
why?
Thunder
Because
Hammers?
that is a trap. It is because, and here's
Some of the units are
why.
5 now.
Come on, man.
Units
So
of
many
5 is
units are
plenty.
just 5
5
dudes
man
all
units,
over the
bro.
place.
The game is so freaking lethal. Marines are super lethal. People are gonna make the mistake of, man, I'm gonna run 1 billion Terminators and I'm gonna run some Gladiator tanks and no one's gonna kill me. And then Guard and Tau and Botan are gonna be like, chick, boom. Hold on, I got
I've already been playing against like 3,000 point Space Marine lists just to get ready and wrap my mind around what I'm up against.
Yeah.
Without armor contempt, they're not scary.
Well, the thing is that you're going to kill Marines better than you even killed them before, but you're also, your damage output. That's what's important right now, man. Damage output. It doesn't matter how durable. No one's durable enough to sit in the middle of the board. Do you know what I mean? It just isn't.
No one.
You just get killed. So bring lots of MSU shit that can punch up, basically. You know what I mean? So there's so many really good units. I'm super excited about my Salamanders, actually.
I mean,
Dude.
Kroot can kill Space Marines again.
Yeah, that's true. The thing is man, I don't even
I'm ready
call
for Talon Masters, though.
Dude, they're going to be fantastic. The thing is that I call it a dichotomy now. It's that you're not even bringing versatile armies anymore. You're literally bringing a shit ton of shots, and then you're bringing high AP, high damage shots for all the tough targets. You have to have both. You're like, hey, what am I playing? Well, there's 8 Lehman Russes over there, plus 80 dudes. Cool. Hey, there's 4 to 5 Gladiator tanks. Oh, Knights still exists. Knights didn't go anywhere, man. If you look, they had a great win percentage all season. Nothing's changing with that. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're just like, don't pack enough. And the thing is that I think you're going to see some crazy spam lists. GSC, Death Guard didn't have anything different happen. You could just bring 1 billion Poxwalkers and Terminators.
Well, you can also didn't Plague Marines just
what
go
is
down
happening
in
here?
points as well?
Is somebody playing the bongos?
No.
No. Plague Marines just went down in
It's
points.
totally bread.
I'm like,
I'm not sitting here banging this piece of terrain against the table.
I'm like, what do you get, a band in the back? Like Bretton's in a live show. He's like, everything will be fine, guys. It's no big deal.
So, Brenton, question for you, because I was looking at Tau. So, right now we're limited to 2 commanders. So, which 2 commanders are you choosing?
I have 2 different lists right now. I have a Shadow Sun and a Cold Star in one, and I have a Crisis and a Cold Star in another. But I'm also building a 3rd list for Arc's Omen. I'm trying out all 3, which is double Cold Star. Either way, Cold Star is like the staple.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of like Farsight Enclave just because I want to take 2 commanders that are like super low-key badasses in hand-to-hand. Like, one, Farsight's just carrying around his Stormbringer, basically, where he's just sucking souls. He's like, man, those smoothies I've been drinking have kept me alive for an extra few hundred years. Probably has nothing to do with this crazy sword in my hand.
If I drop Long Strike, I will pick up Farsight and Farsight Enclaves. But Long Strike and Shadow Star are the only things holding me to Tau Scepter right now.
Longstrike's just such a badass. He's such good with his buffs. Ooh, I can get into that. Why am I excited, Tim, about salamanders? Here's why. But wait.
Because he's a flamer?
Yes. Salamanders. The ignoring AP1's actually going to be a big deal again, because a lot of people are just going to have AP1 because of the fact that we have no more armor contempt. 2, basically being able to just stay in tactical, so my flamers and meltas are +1, and then my las cannons, my plasma inceptors and stuff like that, I'm just going to use that strat for +1 to wound. It's huge. You know what I mean? You've got just options to do stuff, and being +1 to wound is such a big deal. And then Vulcan is such a badass when he's just like, hey, you guys, full rerolls on meltas, or flavor, rerolls to wound on that. You just get really good consistency, and I like their strats. Their suite of strats is really, really good.
I mean, they're like the only good guys for the Space Marines go, so I guess they can have good rules.
I don't know. I kind of want to break out my Ultramarines and just try them out, because I really want to run Marnius Calgar for 180 points.
And his ridiculously gigantic power fist arms.
Yeah.
He looks like Wreck-It Ralph.
Problem is, though, I can't run the old one of him sitting in the chair anymore. It's a little dated.
I think people are sleeping on Ultramarines, though. I mean, you get the redeployments.
Dude,
Gilman's price tag is made up for by the fact that everything went down 25%. Like, you could do some really silly lists with Gilman right now.
Yep.
I think that there's a lot of Marines that became legit now. The thing is that you're gonna have to watch out from trying to go, like I said before, go, hey, I'm gonna play all Terminators, or I'm gonna play all Gladiator tanks or something like that, because people would just, because everybody else knows that you have to pick up Lehman Russes. Everybody else knows you have to take care of Knights, and you know what I mean? So people are going to be bringing way more big guns than they were bringing before. You're going to have that weird army which is why Tao's just, I think, going to be fantastic as ever, which is because they have a ton of AP a lot, and then they've got a ton of, I don't care, roll. You've got a 3-up save? Sweet. We'll make 40 of them. How'd that work out for you? So it's a big, Lyle, minimum 2 infiltrator units every single time. They with all the other stuff, I think that they might be most improved. They're not the damage dealer, but going from 130 to 100 with the gauntlet, and then having the data slate say that you have sticky objectives for Marines with troops, dude, that's a big deal, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you could just start on that. You also have that 12-out box out, so you're not getting wrecked by demons. GSC is going to make a comeback, everyone. Literally everywhere but here, you've been seeing a lot more GSC. Those guys just play the mission just well.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of looking forward to Marines, because I've had like 60 heavy intercessors sitting around for quite a while, and I really want to find the niche for them, because I think at 23 points they're playable. I don't know if they're the greatest unit, but with the sticky objectives, the fact that they're going to be a little harder than a regular Marine to get off an objective is going to be interesting.
I like it. I mean, like, for instance, Lyle, he's asking, what do you bring in? So, like, the army, the list I just made that I'm super psyched about is Chapter Master plus Vulcan. You just spend the CP for it, just because I want those 2 guys in 1 detachment. 2 infiltrators, 1 heavy intercessors. Like, holy crap, they're so much better than they used to be because of the points. 6 aggressors, Primaris Apothecary, as I'm forgetting all my stuff now. 9 liquid hot plasma inceptors, 1 unit of attack bikes, 6 eradicators, 2 las cannon devastator squads, because, man, just having that ability to just shoot from downtown, and then you put the +1 to wound strat on them, and you put Chapter Master rerolls shooting 48 inches away, and you're like, hey, that's a knight? Cool, I wound you on a 2. So I really like some of that. And I think that there's going to be a lot of lists that are legit competitive, and you're not going to see the same shit. Because, like, for a while, let's be honest, we had particular Marine lists, and that was it. You know what I mean? Maybe 100, 200 points maybe got changed. There's, like, real difference that you can take. You could take